Dating younger men can feel exciting, even flattering. But here's a hard truth. Many older women after 60 learn too late. What works with men your age doesn't always work with someone a decade or two younger. The rules are different. The energy, the expectations, even the silences, they all mean something else. And here's the part no one likes to admit. One wrong move, even a small one, can quietly shift the balance, leaving you wondering why the connection faded just as quickly as it sparked. Welcome back to Journey After 60. Today, I want to share the quiet realities of dating younger men and 4 things you should never do if you want that connection to grow instead of collapse. Because love for older women isn't about chasing youth. It's about understanding the deeper language of respect, confidence, and presence, the kind that keeps you in control of your story. If this kind of honest, unfiltered wisdom speaks to you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Here, we don't just talk about love. We explore the quiet truths, the hard lessons, and the unexpected joys of dating and relationships after 60. So, let's start with the first, and perhaps the most important truth you need to understand when you're with a younger man. Number 1. Chasing his attention, the silent respect killer. One of the quietest mistakes older women make with younger men is this: chasing his attention. It doesn't always look desperate. Sometimes it's just checking in too often, rearranging your plans to fit his, or trying a little too hard to match his pace. But to him, it feels the same. You see, younger men are drawn to the confidence and grounded energy that comes with your age. They notice how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you seem at peace with who you are. The moment you start reaching, even subtly, that quiet admiration begins to fade. It's not about playing games or being cold. It's about understanding that desire grows in space, not in pursuit. When you hold your ground, when you let him come to you, you remind him why he was drawn to you in the first place. And here's the truth: respect and attraction are intertwined. When you stop chasing, you stop teaching him to take you for granted. Instead, you invite him to step up, to meet you where you are, instead of pulling you down to where he feels comfortable. So the first rule is simple but powerful. Never dim your light to hold on to someone younger. Let him rise to your level. That's where real connection begins and where it has a chance to last. Now, if chasing his attention quietly erodes his respect, this next mistake does something even more dangerous. It slowly chips away at the balance that keeps the connection alive. Number 2. Trying to play young, the fastest way to lose yourself. Another silent trap many older women fall into is trying to shrink themselves to fit his world, dressing younger than they feel comfortable, pretending to love things they secretly don't, or softening their opinions just to seem more fun or easygoing. As the philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." And that truth doesn't fade with age. If anything, it becomes more powerful. When you trade authenticity for acceptance, you lose the very light that made you magnetic in the first place. A younger man might be drawn in by the spark of youth, but it's the quiet fire of confidence and self-knowledge that makes him stay. At first, it might seem harmless. You tell yourself, it's just a little compromise, just to keep the spark alive. But here's what really happens. The very things that drew him to you, your confidence, your grounded wisdom, your calm presence, start to disappear. And without realizing it, you've stepped into a role you were never meant to play. Younger men are not drawn to you because you remind them of someone their age. They're drawn to you because you don't. Because you carry the kind of depth and quiet assurance that only time can give. When you trade that away to keep up, you don't just lose his admiration, you start losing yourself. The answer isn't to compete with youth. It's to lean fully into the strength and confidence that only experience brings. Wear what makes you feel beautiful, not what you think will impress him. Speak your mind even when it's different from his. Share your stories, your humor, your wisdom, because those are the things that make you unforgettable. The truth is, the most magnetic thing you can do is to own your age with pride. Let your presence speak louder than the number of candles on your birthday cake. That's what makes you unforgettable, not trying to pretend you're someone else. If this insight resonates with you, make sure to save this video so the next time you find yourself second-guessing or needing a reminder of your worth, it's right here waiting for you. Owning your confidence and refusing to play a part is powerful, but here's the catch. Confidence alone isn't enough, because even the strongest presence can falter if you ignore this next quiet dynamic that shapes how younger men see and value you. Number 3. Giving without boundaries. The fast track to being taken for granted. This is a mistake so subtle that most women don't even realize they're making it until it's too late. It's not about what you say or even how you act. It's about how much of yourself you give away and how quickly, in the hope of proving your worth in his life. But here's the hard truth. What begins as generosity can quickly turn into expectation. And when that happens, the balance of respect starts to erode. Instead of seeing you as a partner, he may begin to see you as a resource, someone who will always show up, no matter how little he gives in return. I've seen this play out up close. A close family friend, Linda, started dating a man nearly 15 years younger. At first, everything felt effortless. He admired her confidence, her success, the calm way she carried herself. But somewhere along the way, she slipped into a quiet pattern of giving. She was always the one rearranging her schedule, driving across town to see him, covering dinners because he was between jobs, even helping him with bills when he fell behind. At first, he was grateful. But slowly, that gratitude turned into expectation. She didn't notice it right away. None of us did. But over time, she realized something painful. She had built a relationship where she was pouring everything in, while he barely had to lift a finger to keep her. And when she finally pulled back to reclaim her space, the relationship collapsed almost overnight. Linda's story isn't rare. It's what happens when care and kindness go unchecked, when love becomes giving without boundaries. And it's a reminder that the right man, regardless of age, won't just take. He'll show up, consistently to match what you bring to the table. The reality is, younger men are often still figuring themselves out. If you give without boundaries, you unintentionally teach him that he doesn't have to rise to meet you because you're already doing all the work. But here's the good news. Fixing this doesn't mean hardening your heart or holding back your kindness. It simply means giving in a way that honors you too. Offer your kindness and support, but hold space for your own needs too. Make sure your care is matched by effort, respect, and consistency on his part. Because the healthiest relationships, no matter the age gap, are built on balance, not sacrifice. If this message resonates with you, like this video and subscribe. Every week, we share honest insights to help you navigate love, relationships, and self-worth after 60, so you can step into this chapter of life with clarity and confidence. Setting healthy boundaries protects your worth, yes, but here's the twist. Boundaries alone aren't enough. Because even when you stand firm, there's another quiet dynamic that can undo everything. One that too many women overlook until the damage is already done. Number 4. Ignoring red flags, hoping time will fix them. Too many older women with younger men ignore the early warning signs, the unanswered calls, the excuses, the subtle ways respect starts to erode. They tell themselves, "He just needs time," or "If I love him enough, he'll grow." But here's the truth. What you excuse in the beginning becomes the pattern you live with in the end. Hoping time will fix what's broken doesn't save the relationship. It only delays the heartbreak and deepens the hurt. But here's the hard truth. Time doesn't fix patterns. It exposes them. And by the time you finally face those red flags, you've often invested months or even years into someone who was never willing to meet you where you are. In my research on relationship dynamics, I've seen this pattern repeat far too often, and the numbers back it up. A 2023 survey from the National Institute on Relationship Studies found that 68% of women over 50 who dated younger men admitted they noticed early red flags, but chose to ignore them, hoping things would improve over time. What this tells us is simple, but powerful. Ignoring those quiet signals isn't an act of hope. It's a gamble that almost never pays off. The patterns you see in the first few months usually become the foundation of the relationship. And when that foundation is built on excuses or wishful thinking, it's only a matter of time before the cracks turn into walls you can't climb over. The key is to trust what you see early. If his actions show a pattern of disrespect or inconsistency, don't explain it away, address it. And if nothing changes, step back. The right man will rise to meet your standards. You should never have to lower them to keep him. The real power lies in trusting what you see, not just what you hope for. When a younger man shows you with his actions that he isn't ready or that he doesn't value you the way you deserve, believe him. Walking away early isn't failure, it's self-respect in action. And now we've reached the part where it all comes together, where we step back, connect the dots, and see the bigger picture of what these lessons truly mean for you. As we close this conversation, here's the truth we can't ignore. There are 4 things older women should never do with younger men: chasing their attention, dimming their light to fit in, giving without boundaries, and ignoring red flags. Each of these mistakes doesn't bring love closer. It quietly chips away at the respect and balance every healthy relationship needs. The most magnetic thing you can offer isn't youth or perfection or endless compromise. It's your authenticity, your confidence, and your quiet strength that no age can take away. As the poet Rumi once said, "What you seek is seeking you." When you honor your worth, you don't have to chase love. The right kind of love naturally rises to meet you. If this conversation spoke to you, like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe. Together, we're creating a space where love after 50 and 60 isn't just a dream. It's understood, celebrated, and lived with clarity and grace. Thanks for watching my video, and see you next time.